night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Art Talk. So my question for you today is, what drives you? What excites you? What motivates you? What makes you want to even improve? What makes you want to get better? What makes you just kind of want to move into an area that you didn't even think you wanted to be in? And I think it's a very important question to ask yourself, because when you understand and try to discover for yourself what's really driving you and what that purpose is, then things will start to align a little bit more for you. Then you have a direction. You know what questions to ask. You know what things to post. You know what things to improve upon. And I think it's just a very important part of this evolution and journey that you're on, is to discover that for yourself and just get deep with it. Don't just ask at one time, but write it down. What is that? It's a purpose, it's a feeling, it's a gut instinct. And then, again, it might be storytelling. It might be teaching. It could be just so many different areas. I know for myself, what sort of like really drives me is when I was younger, what drove me was other people's artwork and their skill set. And that became a driving force for me to get better, because I wanted to be a working artist. I wanted to have that life as an artist. I didn't want to work doing any other type of job. I didn't want to work wearing a suit and tie and have a business role of some sort. And what it was for me, that was the drive. It's just like, God, look how good these artists are, specifically in Mad Magazine. There was Mort Drucker, Jack Davis, and then other artists, out there, a lot of my heroes. That was the driving force that said, I got to get better because I want to work in this industry. And that drove me. But then my drive changed. And that's something we got to realize, is that we're not always going in the same direction all the time, and we don't have to. We don't just go to the show up at the same destination or go on the same vacation all the time and say, hey, I just love Hawaii. I'm just going to go to Hawaii every single time and never drive ourselves or fly anywhere else in the world ever for the rest of our lives, because quite honestly, that will become quite boring and you'll get sick of it. So what drives us is that ability is going to change, and it should change. And as you get older, different experiences, different relationships, different environments, these are all going to be driving factors that are going to change that drive for you. And mine in recent years has become, what drives me is purpose and impact for teaching and sharing my knowledge. That's a driving force. So I realize what I have to do because I'm driven by that. And if I want to be successful at that, I got to keep doing stuff geared around that. I got to keep posting these videos, and people say, you don't get enough people watching your videos. I get it. I don't. Well, it's okay. But it's what drives me. It's just like my message, and maybe someday more people will hear my messages, and that'll be a good thing, because I want to make that impact. But I also know it's what drives me in just speaking up and saying things that I want to say, and pushing me along this journey, because it's a driving factor. It's a purpose. And that's what you want to just discover for yourself, especially if you're trying to develop and build a brand around something. That's going to be important. So really take that deep dive into yourself and just ask yourself and write it out, that simple question. What drives me? Why do I want to get to where I want to go? And it can't be fake, and it can't just be, well, I just want to make money. That's not going to be a driving force. That's not going to have a mission behind it. That's not going to have a purpose behind it. And that's why you got to kind of get deep within that, wherever it is. Again, mentally in the art thing, that eventually, I want to make money. I want to make a life and a living as an artist. We all do, right? So you're not bearing that. That's a real thing. But that driving force is for your own self, just gratification. Like, I'm getting better as an artist, and through me getting better, I'm building up more of that confidence within myself, and I feel good about my artwork, and I'm not belittling myself all the time. I'm not judging myself all the time. I'm doing something that I'm proud of, that I'm happy with, and that's a driving force. And eventually, if more people see it and I can get work out of that, that's the bonus. That's the cherry on top. All right. So determine for yourself what truly drives you and what it is that you're doing, and see if it aligns with what it is that you even want to do. And you might discover that, what I'm pursuing, what I'm driving towards, is not the destination I want to arrive at. So something really consider, take to heart. And with all that said, make it a great week, and I'll talk to you next week. Take care.